Hello friends, in this video tutorial, we will show you how to fetch single issue book data from MySQL database and display on the web page by using PHP script under this library management system.
In previous part, we have already seen how to insert or add issue book data
under MySQL table by using PHP script. So if you have not seen that part, so first watch that part.
Now for display single issue book details on the web page, so we have go to issuebook.php file. And under this, we want to make button for view single book data on the web page.
So for this, here we have to write HTML anchor tag with href attribute is equal to issuebook.php file with question mark, and after this, we have to write action variable is equal to add.
And next, we have to write encode variable is equal to
convert data function, and under this function parameter, we have to write $row issue book id variable, so this function will convert id value to hash formatted string.
And in the anchor text,
we have to write view, so this code will make button for view single issue book details on the web page. So here we have to refresh the web page, and after refreshing of the web page, here we can see that view button has been appeared in last table column. So by click on this button, admin can view complete details of issue book on the web page. Now for display details on web page, we have go to issuebook.php file, and here we have to write PHP else if statement.
And under condition, we have to write $get action variable value is equal to view.
Suppose this condition true, then it will execute this block of code, and under this block, we want to display issue book details. So under this block, we have to write $issue book ID is equal to PHP convert data function with two parameter. In first parameter, we have to write $get code variable, and in second parameter, we have to write decrypt. So this function will decrypt data, and below this, we have to write PHP if statement.
And under condition, we have to write $issue book ID
variable value is equal to 0, suppose this condition true. Then it will execute this block of code, and under this block, we have to write $query variable is equal to select star from issue book table.
And under condition, we have to write where issue book id is equal to
$issue book id variable. So this query will fetch single issue book data from the MySQL issue book table. Now below this, here we have to write $result variable is equal to $connect variable with query method, and under this, we have to write $query variable. So here this query method will execute above query, and it will return query execution result in array format. Now for fetch data from this $result variable, so here we have to write PHP for each loop.
And under condition, we have to write $result variable is $row variable, so by using this loop,
it will fetch data from $result variable.
Now under this loop, first we want to get book data from database, so here we have to write $query variable is equal to select star from book table, and under where condition, we have to write where book ISBN number is equal to $row book id variable, so this query will fetch book data from database. And below this, we have write $book result variable is equal to $connect variable
with query method.
And under this method, we have to write $query variable,
so it will execute above query, and return query execution result in an array forint. Same way, we want to get user data also, so for this, here we have again write $query variable is equal to select star from user table, and under where condition, we have to write user unique ID is equal to $row user ID variable. So this query will fetch user data from user table. Now we want to execute above query, so for this, here we have to write $user result variable is equal to $connect variable with query method, and under this method, we have to write $query variable. So this method will execute above query, and return query execution result in array format, which we have stored under this $user result variable. So here we have fetch and stored book data, and user data. Now for print data on the web page. Here first, we have to paste this HTML code, so this code will make blank template for display issue book data.
Now first for print book details the on web page, so here we have to write PHP for each loop, and under condition. We have to write $book result variable as $book data variable. Under this loop, first we have to write PHP echo
statement, and after this, we have to write open and close header to tag.
And between this, we have to write book details, so it will display this text on the web page.
After this, we have create one table, with 3 row, and 2 table data tag, for display book details. So in the first row, and second table data tag, we want to display book ISBN number details, so for this. Here we have to write $book data, book ISBN number variable, which will display book ISBN number detail on the web page. After this, in the second row, and under this row second table data tag, we want to display book title details, so for this. Here we have to write $book data, book titles variable, so it will display book title detail on the web page.
Next in the third row, and in this row second table data tag, we want to display book author details, so for this. Here we have to write $book data, with book author variable, so it will display book author detail on the web page. After display of book details, now for display user detail, so here we have to write for each loop and under condition. We have to write $user result variable as $user data variable, so by using this loop, it will display user data on the web page. Under this loop, first we have to write PHP echo statement, and under this, we have paste this HTML code. Now under this, first we want to display user unique ID data, so here we have to write $user data user unique ID variable. After this, we want to display username data, so here we have to write $user data, with username variable. Next we want to display user address details, so here we have to write $user data user address variable. Same way, we want to display user contact number data, so here we have to write $user data, with user contact number variable. After this, we want to display user email address details, so for this, here we have to write $user data, with user email address variable. And under user details, lastly we want to display user image, so here we have to create one image tag. And here in source attribute, we have to write base URL function, which will return base URL of this application. After this, we have to write upload folder / $user data user profile variable, so it will display profile image on web page. Now for display issue book details on the web page, here we have to write $status variable is equal to $row book issue status variable. And below this, we have to write PHP if statement, and under condition, we have to write $status variable value is equal to issue. Suppose this condition true, then it will execute if block of code. And under this block, we have to write $status variable is equal to this HTML code with issue as text. So it will display issue text with background orange color on the web page. After this, we have again write if statement, and under condition, we have write $status variable value is equal to not return. So suppose this condition true, then it will execute if block of code, and under this, we have to write $status variable is equal to span tag with class is equal to badge and badge danger class, with not return text.
So it will display not returned text with red background color on the web page.
Next, we have again write PHP if statement, and under condition, we have to write $status variable is equal to return.
Suppose this condition true, then it will execute if block of code, and under this block, we have to write $status variable is equal to span tag with class is equal to badge and badge primary class with return text, so it will display this text with blue background color.
Now for display issue book data on web page,
here we have to write PHP echo statement, and after this, here we have to paste this HTML code. And here, first we want to display book issue date, so here we have to write $row issue book time variable. Next we want to display expected book return data, so here we have to write $row return date time variable. After this, we want to display book issue status data, so for this, here we have to write $status variable.
And now we want to display late return book finds value, so for this, first for display currency symbol.
Here we have to call getCurrencySymbol function, with $connect variable as parameter, so this function will return currency symbol.
And after this, for display book finds value,
here we have to write $row book finds variable. So it will display book finds value on the web page, so here our code is ready. Now we have check output in browser. So friends, first we have refresh web page, and after refresh of web page, here we can see that all issue book data has been displayed in JavaScript data tables with view details button.
Now for view single issue book data,
here we have to click on the view button, and after click on the view button, here we can see that system has been redirect to new web page, and here we can see single issue book data on the web page.
And under this data, we can see that complete detail of book data, complete details of user data, and lastly here we can see that
issue book data like issue book date, issue book return date, issue book status and late book return finds data. So in this tutorial, we have fetched single issue book data from database and display on the web page in HTML format, using PHP.
In next part, we will proceed for how return book under this library management system by using PHP script, so web will be meet in next part.